Onto this now. The festive season has arrived and pressure is mounting for the eThekwini municipality to complete repairs to damaged infrastructure following April's deadly floods. Raw sewage spills forced some beaches to close after high levels of E.coli had been detected. So when will things be back to normal? eNCA's Nqobile Madlala is covering the story and she joins us now live from Durban. Nqobile, it's been quite a week for various stakeholders in Durban. Of course, all eyes on those beaches, which are so important for a tourism industry struggling to get their wheels turning again. But it has also become a bit of a political football, hasn't it? With the DA challenging the mayor and other leaders of the local municipality to prove that those beaches are indeed safe by swimming in the water itself. What's the latest from your side?
Yes, indeed, it's been quite an interesting one. In fact, if you go back, you'll also notice that Action SA even went as far as court. So there's quite a lot that's been happening. But what we have seen here on the ground is a number of people that are out and about and enjoying themselves. It seems like tourism is seeing that influx of tourists that were coming in here to enjoy themselves. We've spoken to people coming as far as Mpumalanga, others coming as far as Gauteng, just saying that they came to swim. But not everybody believes that it is the right decision to do so. So I'm going to bring in Action SA to speak to us about those issues. I mean, people are already swimming. They're already enjoying themselves. One would say that if you say they shouldn't swim, you're basically just ruining the holiday.
I'd rather ruin the holiday than have them dying. We're currently putting in we have put in about 7 billion litres of raw sewage just into the Umhlanga River. That is currently flowing into the ocean at a rate of 30 million litres a day. Okay. Whilst we take cognizance of the fact that the city is testing now once a week, that unfortunately isn't enough. If there is a leak from a sewage pipe overnight after that test has been done, that sea is going to be contaminated the next day. So there literally needs to be constant monitoring of the oceans to ensure the safety of the residents. And it's not just the residents. What about the lifeguards that are being made to work in these conditions?
Are you saying that the beaches are not good?
Some of the beaches are good, some of the beaches are not good. We need to know daily which beaches are open and what the city is doing to ensure that those beaches that are temporarily closed are going to be open under safe conditions.
And at this point, I mean, the city has already said that in this area that we're in, it's open. People have already been swimming. Tell me a bit about this Umhlanga River. How is it dumping sewer in the same area that we're in if people are swimming?
Okay, so the Umhlanga pump station, based close to the N2 by Blackburn Village, is a major sewage pump station. That has recently been recommissioned after being offline for about 230 days after the floods. However, the reticulation system of eThekwini was under a great deal of stress long before the floods. Now, what's happened is those pipes out in the Umhlanga precinct have become blocked with debris, sand, etc. They are now broken. So we literally now have raw sewage spilling into the Umhlanga lagoon, and when that mouth opens, which it does on a ad hoc sort of basis, we will get that discharge coming into the oceans. Now, depending on the wind and on the current, it could either move north or south. So, you know, that's why if the beach was open 3 days ago, all good and well. The wind has changed, the currents have changed, and we've now got that E.coli infested water coming up on our beaches here in Umhlanga, which is about only 4 or 5 kilometers from the mouth of the lagoon.
But I mean, I would imagine then as Action SA, you'd be worried enough to maybe raise this with the city. Have you raised it, and what have they said?
Not only have we raised it, we've taken them to the High Court to force them to fulfill their obligations as enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. More letters have been written than I can even count. The city is well aware of what's going on. They are well aware that places like Battery Beach should not be open. I mean, we sent them the videos of effluent, so not just sewage, but toxic effluent, purple and black dyes going into the Battery Beach stormwater drains. And they didn't close the beaches.
So what now? What happens now?
I don't know. That's up to the city, but we would like them to put constant monitoring in place so that we know on a day-to-day basis whether the beaches are safe for us to swim. We want them to be honest about where they are they with the budget that was allocated, where are they with the repairs to the damage that was done in the flood, but also what are they doing about the reticulation system that was falling apart over the last few years. Where's the repairs that are going to stop this kind of thing happening in the future?
Thank you very much, Pete, for speaking to us. That's Action SA. Marcel, just speaking to us about those issues. But I want to show you something. These are some of the people that have come to the beach. There's quite a number of them, as you can see. People taking pictures, enjoying themselves. But of course, as Pete is saying, that it might not be the greatest of ideas to be in the water. He's saying that there needs to be a constant monitoring of the situation. But we are hearing also from the city that they're saying they're testing 2 times per week. They're saying on Tuesday and on Thursday they're testing the water to ensure that everything is fine. And so far they're saying it is fine for the 13 beaches out of the 23 beaches in Durban for people to swim in.
Thanks so much for that update. Very interesting to hear from Action SA. And obviously, like we said, this has become a political football. But aside from it being a political football, it really is the time of year, the one time that so many South Africans are able to take a load off. Many save for the entire year to be able to take their families to the nearest coast, which often is the Durban coast, and to really just enjoy after a very difficult year for so many South Africans. So I thought it was so good that you asked him how he reacts to people just saying, look, you know, we've been told it's safe. What more do we need to know? Now it just seems like you're trying to get in the way of us just really having a well-deserved good time.
Well, Marcel, quite a number of people are here for that well-deserved fun. And I mean, you can see from the people that are swimming here, they're very happy with what's happening. They're okay with the water that is currently flowing in. But what he was explaining to us more than anything is that there are issues with the texture, whatever's happening with the E.coli levels that's currently in the water. And that's of course coming from that Uhlanga river, as well as other various areas where there's water and sanitation issue. But let me call him again and just ask him one more time. We want to know, there's so many people that wants to come here, and it's so easier to come to Durban. What happens to those people? It's less pricey to be here, it's more fun to be here. What happened to them?
Okay, let's be clear. Durban is my hometown. Come to Durban. We need your money. We need our tourist industry back on its feet. Just don't get into the sea.
Well, there you have it, Marcel. He can qualify to be a tourism person. He's saying that people must come to Durban, but he's just saying stay away from the water. Maybe it's time to take pictures of the water and not maybe dip in.
Well, indeed, just behind you, there seems to be some tourists. I don't know, they're local, and they're definitely taking pictures. They're just not in the water, and they do seem to be having a very, very good time. Thank you so much for that update. Nqobile Madlala reporting to us live there from the beaches of Durban.